Welcome to the Apps Showcase, where we review Microsoft-related apps primarily from the App Store, but also through trial versions. SV MacPack is a certified veteran-owned and HUBZone consulting firm supporting primarily the U.S. federal government. In support of our customers' need to do market research on apps such as these, we started recording our review of them. We hope these reviews help you as well. In this video, we're going to review Plumsail's OrgChart, or I guess it's Foozer Plumsail OrgChart. Anyways, as always, I'm going to move fast, pointing out what I like and what would make me hesitate to recommend this app to my customers. My goal is to be as candid as I would be if I was just talking to my own team about this app. Hopefully the review helps you and perhaps even provides good feedback to the publisher of this app. Let's go ahead and get started. Here on the Microsoft App Store, we see that it's got 6 stars, which is great. Five-star rating for 6 ratings. Let's see how many reviews. No reviews. So without any reviews, I kind of have less confidence in the stars, but we'll figure our own opinion out in a minute. Coming down, I look at this version. I'm just highly impressed with the version. It just looks like this publisher is constantly updating it based on whatever they're finding and the feedback since 2014. I will mention that Plumsail OrgChart has been updated. There's a new version that's using the SharePoint framework that's not in the App Store, but I did download, and that's the one I'm going to demo or review. Not demo, I'm not demoing, but just doing quick reviews because these reviews are designed to be fast just to know, do I want to take the next step forward? Coming down, the last thing I look at on the column here on the left is the support page, and so let's go ahead and open that in a new tab. And one of the things I did this earlier, and I was just really impressed when you look at this, the amount of information they have here. It's kind of like having the internet or Google at your own hand or at your own page here for just this one app. This is pretty amazing and really well broken out set of help documents, including version history right here, which is pretty cool. Look at that. They're 3.135, doing bug fixes, new features, enhancements. This is awesome. I mean, this is just incredible detail, and this is how every development app or every app should be developed with the updates on what's in here. This looks really, really good. Let me go ahead and just close that out of the way since I'm not really going to pay attention much to it. Coming into the overview, I can see that they have features in here that they're listing. Again, for every publisher out there, please put them in bullets. I do like that they say it's a trial version, not a free version, so you know that you're just getting it. It's not for free like you might get a version of Angry Birds for free or something. You shouldn't be really expecting to get a Microsoft App Store app for free. That just doesn't make sense in the business world. All right, so coming over here, the last thing I look at is the pictures just to see what they're trying to tell us. Here, I'm not quite sure. It looks like they're trying to show me search capability up there on the left-hand side. That's pretty cool. We'll check it out. One thing I did like that I saw with another publisher is that they put on the bottom what they were trying to showcase with this picture, and I'd recommend other publishers do that as well. Here it's just showing you can color code different people based on whatever they're doing. I'm not sure what they're color coding though, because here you've got these people in different colors. It'd be really interesting to see what they were thinking. This one's neat. Allows me to kind of change the look and feel for each person or each OrgChart item. Web blue, there's my favorite. I like that color. All right, and then let's look at this. Okay, so this is just code. It's showing us that we have the ability to do HTML and JavaScript editing in there. So that's pretty good. That's really handy. I'm hoping it's not the only way you do edits, but if it's an also add, then it's really good to be able to let customers, developers take the next level. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the tool itself. One thing I will mention before I get there is that I was using this user guide that they had that's guiding me through it, and I learned that rather than a whole separate app page, if you will, it's actually a web part, so you can just add it to wherever you want. I like the idea of that. Let's see what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to sit there and go through and see if I can't follow the directions. I'm going to edit this page. And I will tell you something I ran into. Here I'm just going to put it below the site feed, and then I'm going to say insert web part. Let me show you somewhere where I screwed up. So I'm thinking of just adding the apps, right? I got all my other org charts that I'm demoing this week, but I couldn't find Plum, and I bounced around, and And I don't know why, but it's here, and I got to figure that out. But it looks like it's like putting it in its own group or something. That was an unusual thing. I'm not trying to change everything, but I'd be curious from the publisher why they did that and whether anybody else has seen something similar to that. Put that in the comments if you know what that is all about. Let's go ahead and add this. Okay, good. It's pretty fast. It's loading up the org chart. Hasn't taken me anywhere. That's handy. I mean, it's giving me, at least it's giving me an impression that I can lean back in my chair and wait for that spinning icon to get done. It reminds me kind of when I'm loading an iPhone app and I got to be patient. But apparently it's not realistic because it was only a quarter of the way through and now it's moved on to the next phase and it got rid of my timer, or my progress bar. Developer friend of mine showed me that you just put those in and they don't even really mean anything. So now I'm less confident on what they actually mean. So here I'm curious on what it's doing. Is it creating a list? Is it doing stuff? One of the things I would like to see from developers and publishers is back here on the App Store. It'd be really nice if somewhere down here you say, hey, when you upload my app, this is what it does. Or you have a document under support that said, let's go check that out actually. See if these guys really did this. When it's uploading, this is what it's doing. So let's see. That's web part configuration. This is all how to configure it. I'm seeing, this one's interesting. I want to see this guy in a second. I opened him in a new page. I call it an installation guide. When you're first installing something, what is it doing? So then, those of us in IT and support can decide what to do. I don't really see anything, so let me check. Installation for Office 365. No, that's the one I'm actually using. I'll check one more and then I'll go back to it. Web part configuration. No. It's funny. There is a lot in here, so I'm clearly not going over that much. But we get rid of that guy. The dotted line. Somebody else did a dotted line. It required you to go in and change, I don't know if it was manage properties or user profile properties or something. Here I just want to quickly see how they did it. I opened up another window just to see, are they showing me what it looks like? Wow, look at this. You can use this on a mobile. Now I'm getting really excited about this guy. I don't know if it's as fancy, but that looks pretty cool. I'm looking for the dotted lines. Okay, there's the dotted lines. Customize style. I'm not seeing where it shows dotted lines though. I don't see where it actually showed it, but that's fine. We can come back to it later. That mobile was pretty cool there too. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one. And so that was the directions. I'm going to follow the directions. Let's see if it loaded. All right, so it loaded. So we definitely can have the documentation, which I have here. And it's telling me once you add it, you can configure it. This user guide and what they have here is excellent because for power users, we can kind of follow this through. It's written in pretty clear language that allows us to do it. So, okay, right here it says your web part did some changes, and that always scares me as an IT person. It's like, well, what changes? What did you change? Anyway, so we're going to go into the edit mode. Let's go ahead and follow it. It's telling us to edit this web part. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. So here we're going to configure the web part. So let's see what we got. That was funny. I clicked on a button that said configuration, and then it came here and did height, and then I'm opening the config wizard. Seems to me that should have just gone straight to the wizard. I don't know why web part height isn't in something else. Okay, so let's. My first goal is to see how intuitive it is, and then I'll see if I need to use the user guide. So here, choose the OrgChart data source. So you can create a new one or use existing. Are you going to let me use? So there's the site. Look at that. Create a new list. All I need to do is put here app OrgChart, or let's put in logistics OrgChart. I'm not using spaces because it'll create a URL for the list that has no spaces. I can go back and change the title of that list later if I wanted to. It's filling demo data. I like that too because it knows I'm doing it. So far, pretty intuitive. This wizard is beautiful. Okay, specify route detection parameters. This is pretty interesting. So it's saying I can leave it blank, and if you do, it'll figure it out. So I'm definitely going to leave it blank and see what happens. I'm curious what happens, like if you. So here it lets you pick it. Stay on this page. Whoops. So here, okay. So if I type in title, let me go ahead and close that. That was helpful. I'm not sure what that's doing, and that's fine because that's a little more advanced, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm still trying to figure out intuitiveness. So top to bottom compact, top to bottom. Oh, look at this! This is just beautiful. How when I make a change, it's switching back and forth. It's showing me right away what it looks like. I'm like, I don't like that one. Group of leaf boxes. Oh, that's interesting. No, I think I like this one, and it's different. Look at these. You can see the plus signs and the minus signs on there already. Okay, and you notice I'm coming down here, and it's telling me how much I've done. Specify general settings. Okay. Oh, so the skin. You remember where's my web blue? That's the one I said I liked. Number of visible tree levels. I'm going to say 3. Enable caching. So this goes back to all these options that you want. Display level number. Actually, I'm just going to see what these look like. Enable dotted managers. Wow, I'll come back to that in a minute. Configure template for box. Okay, sorry, what is this? Choose field with the photo URL. Okay, so I don't have a photo URL, but you could have named it anything in your list and been able to populate it. Add fields you want to display in the box, then drag them up. No. Wow, this is the beauty of that. So I want department to be above. This app is beautiful. Display as text or link. So this one's pretty cool. So right here, this is something else I was saying. I wanted them to be linked. Here you just exit out if you don't want the department. Sure you want to get rid of that. Say okay. Wait, no, I wanted department in there. I'm going to click on it, add the field. Look at how easy that is. This app is really impressing me. Next, configure the, so I did the box template, now I'm doing the tooltip. Okay, it's just letting you decide what things to put in there. You put in additional fields. What is that guy? Please choose a field which contains the URL. Oh, if you're doing it as a link, you need to choose the right thing. Man, this is just, somebody thought a lot about this. Okay, so the search result template. Okay, so this is saying if you're going to do searching, pull it in. They could have used a little bit more information on here. I'm now being picky, but just a little information that says, hey, this is what you're doing at this stage. Like when you do the Quicken or Intuit TurboTax, that's what it is. They really go into a lot of explanations in their wizard, but it's really cool. So here you can do, this is stuff outside of my world, but it's for somebody who knows JavaScript, it's, I'm sure they're in heaven how easy this is. Custom CSS, same thing. You pass this off now to the UI UX person. Next, congratulations. It's finished. Do you have any questions? Check the documentation. So this kind of message, I would want to figure out how to kind of get rid of some of that. I don't know. Maybe leave it in there. I'm so used to building stuff for customers directly and not so much selling it the way these people are. So maybe that's just totally normal. Hitting finish, and let's see what we got. And don't forget, I have to hit OK, it said. So now I'm assuming it's creating the SharePoint list. I'm assuming it's making some of these changes to the web part. I'm sitting back. I'm excited to see what this is going to look like, because I did not have to go to the extensive user guide and user guides that they had. I didn't have to go there to figure this out. Look at that. There's the sample data. It's in there. So here's what I want to do. I want to start doing stuff. First off, I'm going to say OK, because it said I had to hit OK to save it, even though it's there. So let's make sure I'm saving it. Now I'm going to get out of this page by just hitting Save button for the page. There's my org chart. This is pretty nice. I'm assuming this goes to full screen, so let's see what it looks like. I did it, and I'm not sure if anything happened. Let's see what help. Oh. So this one here would be fun to be able to redirect that help to internal IT. I'm not sure why this button's not working. So maybe that's a bug for the publisher. I know these things should work, so I'm not overly paying attention to it. Here, if we type in Adam and search for Adam. Okay, there I click on Adam and it shows up. Shows me that he's level 3. Oh, remember that information we put in? Ooh, there's that. So now when I click on Adam, I get a fuller profile. See, I'm seeing his title and his department. Click on him, I see this fuller profile. View the profile. So let's see what happens there. Huh. Oh, I see. It just went to the list. So let's go to this content really quick and look at that. We created that list, and what was it called? Logistics org chart. There it is. And there's everybody. So let's go ahead and let's add Neil in. Boss man. No manager, no picture. Oh, that's interesting. So the title, okay, so that title, you need to clean it up. That's when you create a list, that'd be nice if that's gone, because it's saying it's required, but it's actually not needed. Job title is there. Department is administrative. Office work phone 703.555.1212. Work email Neil at 365evangelist.com. Evangelist.com. I think that's right. I wanted to see one thing that would be really cool is if I could select my direct reports. Just throwing that as a feature, you know, if there's a lookup list that a manager could have that also kind of ties together that relationship. I don't know if it's a workflow or something, but let me edit David here. I want to give him a manager of me. Where did I go? That's funny. Oh, so, okay, silly me. All right, so my title is actually my name, so that should be changed to full name. Maybe somewhere in there it had it, and I just didn't see it. I don't see that as a problem. So now coming back here. Come on. Sometimes with the apps, it just takes a minute. Hopefully it'll let me edit this. There's Neil. I just refreshed the page. Okay, so we save it. Let's go home. I wonder if it's going to go home and see David or Adam. There's the org chart. It's loading the org chart. Okay, there you go. it's showing the group of us. So this is interesting. So it's showing right here, David's got 8 people below him. He's level 2, which is interesting. It's 8 people total. It might be interesting to see it as a slash, like 2 direct reports / 8 people total underneath or something. But still, this is nice. That's interesting. Oh, I'm using the wheel of my mouse, and it's doing the scrolling, which is awesome. So that's interesting too on the chart. I wish the chart was more dynamic. I don't know if that's a thing that a developer will tell me that we want to keep it that way. But you notice I started losing information once I get there. But this is perfect. So I know that Jessica, I was trying to reach the woman who worked for Derek. I think her last name was Adams, not Adam. There she is. She's in the marketing department. There. Oh, okay. So there's her phone number. Let me give her a quick call or something. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm hitting these things, and it's just resetting. So this guy here, this full screen, it actually I think is blocked by this. And that to me is a feature bug. But I'm going to pause one more time and just go in and edit the page one last time because I'm really liking this. I'm sorry if this demo is going longer than most, but I would highly encourage you to download this and give it a shot. Let's go ahead and edit the web part. Curious on a couple of things, a couple of quick changes I can make. First off, let's change this to 1500. See, it's automatically changing it too. You notice that? That's pretty cool. I like how it's changing that in real time. So, yeah, here I would probably sit there and say 1,000 for the size. Let me go ahead and hit the config. I want to come in here really quick. This is interesting. So it's walking me through the wizard. Now, can I skip the wizard directly to certain things? Yes. How great is that? So let's look at a vacancy. Oh, that's interesting. Vacancy list server relative URL. So anyways, it would create something new. I'm not going to try to learn the whole thing, but okay, I said number of levels 3. Let's say 7. That's the one I really wanted to see. And I want to change the color. Where's my blue? Blue that I had custom layout, maybe. Now I'm getting confused. There it is, web blue. I was on the same spot. Let's give it sunset and call it finish. It's doing its thing. Okay, cool. And I'm going to close this guy, say okay. This is what I was looking for intuitive. So I just went through 7 org charts from Microsoft's App Store, and 2 of them got a thumbs up. I think 2, maybe 3 got thumbs up. And but this one I like the best at the moment. I hate to say, you know, as it relates to the other guys, but this one's just so intuitive. The other ones, I was able to quickly build stuff. This is how I like to see apps done. The way it created lists automatically for me. Those kind of things are just perfect, and it's inside my app. The only thing I don't really like is I don't like this whole boxed area. It'd almost be nicer if this org chart just went onto its own page. Like if they built a page specifically for the app, but put it in like the pages library or something so that it showed up. But I'm just nitpicking now because this is just really cool. There's Adam, my friend, and you know we're good to go. All right. So as a recap, I'm definitely recommending that you give this a thumbs up and you try it out yourself. You got 30 days to try it in your own environment. It really is a pretty sophisticated app. For those of you on Office 365, this is a SharePoint framework app. They have earlier versions that go all the way back to 2010. But if you're on newer versions, you're trying to see SharePoint framework apps, here's one, and it's looking really, really good. So I hope you found this review useful as you evaluate various apps available to you in your organization. Please provide me with feedback in the comments, and let me know how I can make the App Showcase channel and the reviews more useful to you. Feel free to even suggest apps I review, and we'll get them on the schedule. Finally, if you found this review helpful, please share it with others. I'm your host, Neil McDonnell with SV MacPack. I thank you for joining me today and hope you'll join me again for other reviews.